Good evening. We hope you had a relaxing weekend. Here's to a productive week ahead. I am Soana Benjamin, presenting this evening's edition of EmoNews for Monday, May 11th, 2026. In tonight's headlines, major breakthrough in investigations in recent Roseau fires. One young man dead following a shooting incident. Ministry of Health issues hantavirus prevention guidance and urges proper sanitation practices. CARICOM and Spain sign new agreement to strengthen regional health cooperation. And 6 people found dead inside a cargo train boxcar in Texas. These stories and more coming up.
Tico, that's $800. Cash or card?
When cash is low, Tico is still ready.
Always card, Chalo.
Would you like a copy of the receipt?
No, Chalo. NBD already sent me the alert and I'll see it on Mo Banking later. That is it. From card to farm.
Power your business with the NBD Small Business Credit Card. Your partner, your bank.
In local news, a shooting incident at Pecan has reportedly claimed the life of one young man whose identity remains unknown at this time. Details surrounding the incident are unclear as investigations continue. EmoNews extends condolences to the family and loved ones of the deceased during this difficult time. And in other news, the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Social Services has issued public guidance on hantavirus prevention as part of ongoing efforts to safeguard public health. The ministry says it continues to closely monitor hantavirus and other rodent-borne diseases through national surveillance, epidemiological assessments, and collaboration with regional and international public health partners. Authorities are encouraging the public to maintain proper sanitation practices and take precautions to reduce exposure to rodents and contaminated environments. In more news, Beacon of Life and Hope Christian Fellowship, formerly known as the Paybush Baptist Church, officially launched its 50th anniversary celebrations on Sunday evening with a beautiful and inspiring ceremony held at the church. The event marked the beginning of a series of monthly activities scheduled to continue through December 2026 under the theme Rooted in Faith, Restored in Purpose, Revived for the Harvest. The service featured Reverend Dr. Matthew Gist as guest speaker, who delivered a powerful and uplifting message to the congregation. Members, supporters, and invited guests gathered in celebration as the church reflected on its journey, renewed its vision, and rejoiced in reaching the significant milestone of 50 years of ministry and service. During the ceremony, the founding members of the church were recognized for their hard work and dedication to the ministry over the years. Tributes were paid to many of the pioneers who have since passed on, highlighting their faithful work and lasting impact on the church and community. The presentation and recognition segment was led by the church's present pastor, Reverend Oliver Wallace. In other local news, at a press conference hosted by the Ministry of National Security earlier today, Police Chief Lincoln Corbett revealed what he described as a major breakthrough in investigations into the May 6 fire in Roseau. One young man has since been arrested and charged and has been remanded to the state prison pending his next court appearance in October.
The police moved speedily and with the assistance of members of the public, we arrested 2 individuals for questioning in relation to this matter. One was released pending investigations, And the other, Wilson Joseph of Pottersville, was arrested on the same day, has since been charged with 6 counts of arson. He was taken to court this morning, and he had been remanded in custody pending his trial. On issue of bail, the police have objected to bail, and the court have so agreed. His matter comes up for review again on sometime in October of this year.
The fire, which took place on May 6 in Upper Lane, destroyed a number of businesses in the capital city. The police chief issued this reassurance to the public.
I must assure residents of Roseau and Dominica overall that the police force will spare no efforts to investigate all matters and to bring perpetrators to justice. We'll spare no efforts at all.
Meanwhile, at the same press conference, the Minister of National Security, Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, revealed that a multi-ministry collaboration has been set in place to address the issue of vagrancy in the capital city.
The Ministry of National Security and Legal Affairs will work with line ministries, namely the Ministry for Health, through the instrumentality of social services, with a view of identifying the family members of the vagrants and getting information on their identity with a view of treating that matter in the most humane manner and to ensure that the city of Roseau is clean of vagrants. Because there's an element of public safety issues that emerge from having people roaming all over the street with no specific place of abode, with no sense of purpose, and sometimes the practices can impact on our public safety.
The minister called on family members to play their part in assisting with the issue.
And I appreciate the fact that vagrancy under our national laws is an offense. You may want to refer to Chapter 1049 of the 2017 Revised Laws of Dominica. I mean, you want to look at the specific section 49, subsection 2. I'm calling on family members to do what is right and to show up and to raise their hand and to help us to collectively deal with that phenomenon.
And in some sad local news, the communities of Cassibruce and Woodford Hill are mourning the deaths of prominent men. Proprietor of Islet View Restaurant in Cassibruce, Maurice Smith, affectionately known as Rudy, passed away today. Rudy will be remembered for his love for the tourism industry. As he famously said in an advert, money isn't everything. And referring to his customers, he said that his business is to put a smile on their faces and something good in their belly. May he rest in eternal peace. Meanwhile, Pastor James Carbon, better known as Pastor or Poyo, passed away over the weekend. He was a pastor in the Christian Union Mission CUM Churches of Dominica, leading several congregations island-wide. EmoNews extends sincere condolences to the family, friends, staff, and loved ones of both gentlemen during this difficult time. And finally, in local news, residents of Marigot gathered for the 3rd edition of Remembering Our Ancestors, an activity presented by the Marigot History Working Group, which seeks to honor the memory of villagers who have passed on. This year, Remembering Our Ancestors paid tribute to educators who have made significant contributions to the community over the years. Organizer Deborah Blackman highlighted the significance of recognizing and preserving the legacy of those who helped shape generations within the village.
The Marigot History Working Group launched our 3rd edition of Honoring Our Ancestors. This year's celebrations, we have an exhibition where we are featuring educators, ancestors who were educators. And we also are showing a lot of our artifacts, the old things that our our parents would use, like coal pots, iron combs, goose iron, coal irons, and stuff like that. The purpose behind the exhibition ties in with the main objective of the history working group, that we want to preserve the history and the the templates that made our ancestors great. So the exhibition is just basically like a reminder to show people the things that we used before, and just to show how far that we have come from those days to now. This year our theme was agriculture. So this year we chose education because we thought that especially in Marigot, there are a lot of ancestors who were educators, and we have a lot of rich history and stories that we can tell about them.
Blackman also commented on the level of support and participation the initiative has received from community members.
This year, the response was overwhelming. We had 250 persons registering their ancestors. For us, we would like to see more people come out to the actual celebrations. But we have people who tune in online, on Facebook, on YouTube. But we'd like to see more for physical presence, for more socialization and more interaction.
This year's observance featured an exhibition showcasing aspects of the community's history and heritage. Village Council Chairman Michael Pascal underscored the importance of establishing a museum in the community to preserve historical artifacts and stories for future generations. Remembering our ancestors is one of several activities being held as part of May is Marigot celebrations. That's it for local news. Stay tuned. Regional news coming up.
Across our Caribbean, we're going digital, working smarter and living safer online.
In Dominica, we don't fall for fake prices. We check before we click.
In Grenada, we verify before we share, keeping our hard-earned money safe from hackers.
In St. Lucia, we report cyberbullying, protecting our children and each other.
In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we report scams fast, protecting our neighbors and our communities.
Together, we're building a cyber-smart Caribbean, keeping our people and our data safe, standing up to scams and cybercrime. We stay connected, but always alert. This message is brought to you by the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project. Stay smart, stay safe. Think Card TP. Visit cardtpconnect.org.
And regionally, the CARICOM community, CARICOM, and the government of Spain have strengthened their development partnership with the signing of a new cooperation agreement aimed at boosting regional health initiatives across the Caribbean. The agreement formalizes Spain's contribution of $400,000 toward a regional project focused on strengthening leadership, governance, and coordinated action in health to address both new and existing health challenges within CARICOM member states. The initiative is being implemented by the CARICOM Secretariat in collaboration with the CARICOM Public Health Agency, CAFA. The agreement was signed on Wednesday during the 10th meeting of the CARICOM Spain Joint Fund for Scientific and Technical Cooperation by CARICOM's Secretary General, Dr. Carla Barnett, and Spain's Ambassador to CARICOM, Her Excellency Maria Cristina Perez Gutierrez. Officials from both sides highlighted the importance of the long-standing partnership, noting that the CARICOM Spain Joint Fund continues to support practical and people-centered regional development initiatives. The meeting also reviewed 2 additional regional project proposals valued at a combined $700,000. These include a program aimed at greening Caribbean ports through sustainable maritime infrastructure and another initiative designed to strengthen regional emergency response capabilities through SIDEMA's Regional Response Mechanism. Both CARICOM and Spain reaffirmed their commitment to continued cooperation and support for regional resilience, sustainability, and development initiatives across the Caribbean. And finally, in regional news, the government of Grenada has signed 3 major civil works contracts under the Grenada Resilience Improvement Project aimed at strengthening disaster resilience and protecting critical infrastructure across Grenada. The contracts include the reconstruction of the Balthazar Bridge in St. Andrew and 2 coastal protection projects in Subic featuring rock revetment works designed to reduce coastal erosion and protect nearby communities and infrastructure. Officials say the projects will improve public safety, strengthen transportation access, particularly during periods of heavy rainfall, and support economic activity in affected communities. The works are also expected to generate employment opportunities within the construction sector. The Grenada Resilience Improvement Project is funded at US $50 million and focuses on building climate-resilient infrastructure and improving national preparedness against climate change and natural hazards. And that's all for regional news. International stories coming up. And internationally, authorities in Texas are investigating after 6 people were found dead inside a cargo train boxcar in the border city of Laredo on Sunday. According to police, the bodies were discovered during a routine inspection of a Union Pacific train at a rail yard shortly after 3:30 p.m. local time. No survivors were found. The circumstances surrounding the deaths remain unclear, and investigators have not yet confirmed their identities, ages, or immigration status of the deceased. Law enforcement agencies, including Homeland Security investigations and the Texas Rangers, are assisting with the investigation. Officials described the incident as tragic, noting that too many lives were lost. And lastly, in international news, US and Chinese authorities have reportedly arrested 5 suspects in a joint cross-border drug smuggling investigation ahead of President Donald Trump's upcoming state visit to China. According to Chinese state media, the operation involved the US Drug Enforcement Administration and China's Ministry of Public Security and led to the arrest of 3 Americans and 2 Chinese nationals in Florida, Nevada, and parts of China. Authorities also reportedly seized illegal drugs, including protonitazine and bromozolam. The announcement comes just days before talks between President Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping, where efforts to reduce the flow of fentanyl and other illegal drugs are expected to be high on the agenda. Chinese officials described the operation as another major step in strengthening cooperation between the 2 countries in combating international drug trafficking. And that's all for international news. We'll be right back with sports.
New game in town. Get ready to match 5 and you can win 10K. Let's go. Play with just $2. Match 5 numbers from 1 to 29 to win. Draws every Wednesday and Saturday at 9 p.m. It's easy, fun, and local. Match 5, your local jackpot game. Dominican National Lottery.
And in sports news, another exciting match for the Dublin Football Club as they walked away with all 3 points on Sunday night after edging out Southeast Football Club 3-2 in a hard-fought DFA Premier League clash. Goals from Ode Laville and Anton Larrock helped seal the victory despite a determined effort from the Southeast Football Club. Meanwhile, the Portsmouth Bombers and Bath State shared points in a 1-1 draw at the Benjamin Park. Vincent Joseph gave Bombers the lead before Giovanni Di Gallery scored a late equalizer for Bath State. And in another match on Saturday, Maho Soccer Strikers secured their first win of the 2026 season with a commanding 3-0 victory over Mighty Avengers at the DFA Technical Center in Stock Farm. Goals came from Ian Thomas, Dionel Abraham, and Addison Dennis. And in another Premier League encounter, Point Michel defeated Harlem United at the DFA Technical Center 3-0. Daniel Dupini, Jocelyn Lender, and Stefan Blaise all found the back of the net, while Dante Warrington was named Player of the Match. In local basketball news, it was mixed results for the Dominica State College during the Sports Division Secondary Schools Under-20 Basketball Championships held on Friday evening at the forecourt of the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. In the girls' final, the Convent High School defeated the Dominica State College 47-39 to capture the championship title. Delicia Julian led for the Convent High School with 16 points, while Amelia Bruno added 14 points and Sadie Walsh contributed 13 points. For the Dominica State College, Natalia Dawe and Akila Daisy scored 7 points each, while Kenya John added 6. Delicia Julian of the Convent High School was named the most valuable player of the final. In the boys' final, the Dominica State College successfully defended their title with a convincing 63-37 victory over the Piachal Secondary School. Shimon Kazimi led for the State College with 16 points, while Zachary Julian and Dinari Dyer scored 12 points each. Joshua Paul added 10. Milton Thomas and Kalen George each scored 12 points for the Piachal Secondary School. Dinari Dyer of the Dominica State College was named the most valuable player of the boys' final. The Convent High School are the new schoolgirls basketball champions, while the Dominica State College retained the boys' championship title won last year. And congratulations are in order for the Convent High School after a hard-fought victory. In local cricket news, the 2026 Sports Division Secondary Schools Under-15 Cricket Championship got underway on Friday at the Jollies John Park in the Kalinago territory, with the Northeast Comprehensive School taking on the Cassibu Secondary School. Batting first, Northeast Comprehensive were bowled out for 92 in 17.4 overs. Sherman Laura and Miguel Tyson top scored with 16 runs each. Bowling for Cassibu Secondary, Durante Ogis picked up 3 wickets for 26 runs, while Camilo Lucien claimed 2 for 12, Juan Privo 2 for 11, and Sandres Tyson 2 for 15. In reply, the Cassibu Secondary comfortably reached 93 without loss to secure a 10-wicket victory. Jaquan Williams remained unbeaten on 34, while Derwan Benjamin finished not out on 22. And finally, in this evening's sports news, the Sports Division has announced the start of the secondary schools Under-15 Boys Basketball Championship. The championship began today, Monday, May 11th, with matches at the forecourt of the Windsor Park Sports Stadium and the Wears Hadcourt in Marigot. 6 schools have confirmed participation in this year's newly expanded competition format. The schools are the St. Mary's Academy, the Dominica Grammar School, the Cassibu Secondary School, the Northeast Comprehensive School, the Piachal Secondary School, and the Portsmouth Secondary School. Officials say the tournament has moved from a festival format to a full championship due to the growing popularity of basketball among lower secondary school students. The St. Mary's Academy are the defending champions from last year's Under-15 Boys Basketball Festival. Meanwhile, the Under-15 Girls Basketball Festival is scheduled for Friday, May 15th at the Massac Indoor Facility from 2:30 p.m. 5 schools will compete in the girls' division. They are the Dominica Grammar School, the Northeast Comprehensive School, the Cassibu Secondary School, the Portsmouth Secondary School, and the Wesley High School. The Cassibu Secondary School enters as reigning champions. We will bring you more information on today's matches in tomorrow's newscast.
Good day to you. I hope that you had a great weekend. This is the weather broadcast from the Med Studio at GMIT for today, May 11th, 2026. We're starting off today with our surface analysis, and we find this broad high pressure system which is generating an east to east southeasterly wind flow across Dominica today. Looking southwards, we find the axis of a tropical wave near 57 degrees west. This wave is affecting the countries of the northern South American continent, and further east in the tropical Atlantic, we find another tropical wave near around 23 degrees west. At this time of year, tropical waves generally stay at very low latitudes, and as we move into the summer months, as the ITCZ, the Intertropical Convergence Zone, this is where the northeast and southeasterly trades meet. This begins to move further northwards, and we find that we are impacted more by tropical waves as we move further into the summer months. Moving on now to our satellite imagery. Apart from some piling up of clouds near the Leeward Islands and around Barbados, only shallow, low-level clouds have been moving across Dominica during the morning so far. We find off into the Atlantic this hazy area indicative of some Saharan dust haze, which is also moving towards the island and which is expected to begin affecting Dominica sometime tomorrow afternoon into the evening. Zooming in a little closer to home today, we find that on our satellite imagery, skies have been generally fair in western communities in our rain shadow, with mostly cloudy skies in central and eastern communities. And as we move on to our radar imagery, it indicated that apart from some scattered showers during the early morning hours, we are only finding some isolated showers occurring in central and eastern communities. We expect this pattern to continue throughout the afternoon and into tonight, with occasionally cloudy skies in our central and eastern communities and remaining relatively dry in western communities. Temperatures are expected to be down in about 23 degrees Celsius in our coastal communities and 20 degrees Celsius in the interior. Similar conditions are expected into tomorrow, occasionally cloudy skies in the central and eastern communities. Expected to be relatively warm, similar to today, with temperatures picking up to about 34 degrees Celsius in western communities, 30 degrees Celsius in the eastern communities, and 27 degrees Celsius in the interior. So looking ahead, as I said earlier, we expect some Saharan dust to move in by tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening, and is expected to persist into Wednesday and Thursday. So those of you with respiratory sensitivities, to be on the alert for this slight increase in Saharan dust and reduction in air quality. By Wednesday, we do expect the winds to pick up slightly. It's about 35 kilometers per hour, so some breezy and gusty conditions expected. So we do anticipate that we'll get some piling up of clouds across Dominica as well, resulting in partly cloudy to cloudy skies with a few showers. And by Thursday, occasionally cloudy skies are expected, slightly hazy as well, but no significant showers are anticipated into Thursday. In terms of our sea conditions, today our seas are peaking near 7 feet in our coastal waters, and we do expect this to continue into Thursday as the winds pick up as well. 7 feet on the east coast. We are advising small craft operators and sea bathers who are venturing out to sea to do exercise some caution. The sun will rise tomorrow at 5:37 a.m. and will set at 6:26 p.m. The first high tide tomorrow will be at 12:07 a.m. and the first low tide at 5:57 a.m. Remember, the hurricane season is fast approaching. To continue to plan, to continue to prepare, and to stay informed. Temperatures are warm, do stay hydrated. For further information, you can always join us in our WhatsApp channel. You can gain access by scanning this QR code or visit our Facebook or Instagram platform at Dominica Met. Thank you for joining us today. Do have a productive week. Until next time.
Thank you for watching Emo Nightly News for May 11th, 2026. I am your presenter, Soana Benjamin, and I'll be back with you tomorrow evening. Good night.